I ain't gonna lie, that joint was good, bro. That joint was good. That joint was
Good.
good. Woo! What's good? Tar Heel Nation. Y'all know it's your boys, the best two hooligans this side of Mississippi. I am one of your co-hosts with the most, the captain of the Hooligan Express over here, Tornado McCray. How y'all doing? How you living? And over there is my co-host. Say hi to the people, man.
Yep. What's good? What's happening? How you living? It's 26 coming back at you again. North Carolina live with my boy Tornado McCray. Been right now
Man,
that we in.
either my Wi-Fi jacking up or is it raining where you at? Don't tell me he lagging out. Don't tell me he lagging out. Not like this. Is it me? Am I the problem? I very well may be. Is it raining where you at? All right, y'all. Well, while he does that, and we're actually going through it, we're going to get into today's episode, but there's a few things on the docket, and I honestly got to do this real quick. So y'all might hear something, y'all might not. Give me like 2 seconds. All right, y'all. So, oh, Lord, help. So my co-host has said he will be back here on the podcast. I think he's got to attend to something. Maybe the router's messed up. Maybe he's got to do his fatherly duties because being a father comes first and foremost. So, on today's episode of the Tar Heel Podcast, few things on the docket. First, guys, please be sure to join us every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, what is it, Apple Music, all the good platforms. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Amazon Music, all those good platforms. Be sure to join us there live every Tuesday. Also, be sure to follow us on our social media platforms if y'all cannot see. Like, I know I am a big head right now, but if I show y'all, y'all will see Tornado McCray for me. Y'all know how it goes down. Y'all know, follow me at Tornado McCray. And also follow my co-host, Ricebox26. That is his username on all forms of social media, with the exception of Twitter. But then again, he don't use Twitter like that. So it's really kind of hard to get into this document with him. But he will want the show to go on. He said he shall be back. So we'll get right into it. And the first thing I do want to talk about is apparently, well, not even apparently, we kind of knew this was probably going to happen, but the Patriot Way is now in Chapel Hill.
Nani?
I know. Some of you who don't know, some of you who may not understand, but if you know football, you understand what the Patriot Way is. There's just a certain aura, a certain way of conducting business that was done in New England for a number of years. It was done in New England for a tremendous amount of time, and nobody really, well, not nobody, but everybody kind of understood what the aura, what the energy, what the feel was like when you stepped into the New England Patriots organization. And Bill Belichick has said he has brought those habits down from his Patriot days down here to UNC. And with that, he's kind of done it by showing tapes of former Patriots greats. Oh, wait, hold up. Somebody has re-arrived.
I had to restart my internet.
I figured that. I thought it was raining.
It's not gonna act great. I probably have to go by the store and get a modem.
Or get that Wi-Fi. Oh wait, the box is right beside you. I was about to say get the Wi-Fi extender box.
It's not right next to me. It's on the other side of the house.
Oh, you might need to get. I think if you get the extender box, you'll be fine. Like the little extender plug, plug it in the wall, you'll be fine.
I mean, we can try. I'll try it. We'll see.
I think it's cheaper than having to get the modem. Like you just plug. It's basically like a plug-in. Plug it in.
Oh,
and
they replaced my modem for free.
Okay, I stand corrected. You can't beat free.
Like I said, they'll just. I can tell them like, it's acting up. Just replace it.
I'm sorry. I apologize for my outburst.
Nah, you good. Like you weren't giving bad advice.
So basically,
I think it's just what I'm gonna get.
That's just gonna be what we get today.
Like the only way I think that's gonna be around it is if I just move it to closer to here. But it just depends on what kind of service it's gonna pick up back here.
And everything else is shut down off the computer.
So I mean, I could try it if you would kind of run for yourself a little bit.
I mean, I can. It's up to you, my boy, because I've seen your computer. I've seen your Wi-Fi be better.
I've seen my Wi-Fi be better. So I'll be back. You do the thing for a little bit. I'll be back.
All right. Well, y'all, I'm podding by myself. 3 years of podding, 3 years of YouTube and everything by myself has now come to fruition, and I must hold down the fort. So this is where I'll make my stand. I shall defend my post. I look in the Lord's eyes, and I shall have no fear and do this right. But long story short, as I was saying, Belichick has gone on to speak eloquently about the way he's taught the UNC Tar Heels, kind of the way he conducted himself in New England. And he's been showing them tapes of old Patriots legends, as well as Belichick himself actually has done his trademark thing of not appearing in the media. Specifically, he hasn't been appearing on UNC's own team coach radio show, which is a prominent thing throughout college sports. Like major football teams have a weekly radio show that the head coach will participate in. Dabo Swinney had it. Kirby Smart had it. Jimbo Fisher, Urban Meyer, even Nick Saban down in Alabama did it. And it was a weekly show that they would participate in on and off for the most part. So you're just sitting there like, all right, cool. Belichick, and you would think because earlier this year he was stepping out of his comfort zone that Belichick would be doing such a thing. Nope, not at all. This man has regressed back to his ways of being very minimal with the media, including the radio show for the school, to the point where he has said he will do week 1 for the TCU game, but then the rest of the radio show will be done by Michael Lombardi, which I like, bro. It's literally the team coach radio show. Like, Belichick, I get this. This ain't what you want to do. I understand this isn't something that you love, but you could at least do it for the kids. You know what I mean? Like, he could at least do it for the kids. He could at least show his way out there and whatnot. But he spoke on a quote speaking about it and the whole situation. And here's what he had to say. Belichick initially was saying, he's like, in all honesty, we've shown a lot of Patriots film and other great players in the NFL too. But a lot of the Patriots film on here is what we want you to do, and here's how we want you to do it. Watch Dante Hightower. Watch Tom Brady. Watch Rob Gronkowski. Watch Julian Edelman. Watch Lawrence Taylor. Watch these guys do it because they were great at it. It's actually been fun to go back and watch some of those guys. Show them how good they were and why they were so good because of the way they played, the technique, and how they understood the game. So when we think about that, and honestly, when I think about that, it makes sense for Belichick. Belichick is trying to establish a culture of, hey, this is the way that you get to the next level. This is the way that you execute at a high level as an NFL player. This is the way you execute even if you are not as physically gifted as the 4 or 5 star high school recruit beside you. Just because you're not gifted in that aspect doesn't mean you can't be elite when you step on the field. If you know the techniques, if you understand the game of football, you know angles, you know coverages, you know routes, you know schemes, and you are willing to be a student of the game, you can be a prominent player on the field. Belichick wants a person that's teachable. He wants a guy that's teachable, that's eager, that's willing to learn and willing to apply what they learned. Because you can rely on your own athleticism for a good amount of time. You can. But all athletes know, all great athletes know, the higher level of competition that you go to, the less advantage you have relying solely on your athleticism because everybody at that level starts to have the same athleticism as you. Yeah, it'll definitely work in elementary school. It'll work in middle school. It may work in high school depending on where you go. College, it shrinks way more. NFL, bro, it is such a small window that you're like, all right, this guy can do everything I do and more. And he's got me beat by 30 pounds and 2 inches. How do I separate myself? How do I prove I'm better than them? How do I make sure that they know my name before they know somebody else's name? For example, right now in the NFL, Hunter Renfrow is a great name. You looked at Hunter Renfrow when he first started at Clemson, nobody would have picked Hunter Renfrow to be a legit threat of a receiver in the NFL. Nobody would have picked him to be a legit threat of a receiver in college. But he knew the technique, he knew the groundwork, he had the footwork and the foundation to become something of that nature. You can look at anybody like that. Lamar Jackson, everybody thought he wouldn't last in the NFL. The man's now a multiple-time league MVP. And it goes to show you how good you can be when you know the technique. And Belichick wants to establish that culture because in my mind, I think Bill really wants to essentially make, as he said before, he wants to make UNC essentially the NFL's development team. Like people come to UNC to be NFL ready. You don't come just, yes, you want to show out, win championships, win the Heisman, win the Doak Walkers, you want all of those accolades. But when it's all said and done, Bill wants UNC to be a place where guys from first string to fourth string, from first round to seventh round, no matter where a UNC guy gets picked, they will be ready to hit the ground running at the NFL level. They'll know schemes. They'll know play calls. They'll know concepts. They'll know all the things they need to do in order to be successful at the NFL. They'll know how a film session is supposed to go. They'll know exactly what you're supposed to do throughout the day to stay in shape, how you're supposed to operate throughout the day. Because I remember, I want to say Derrick Henry said it best. When he got from Alabama to the pros, getting to the pros and working out and everything in the pro level was so much easier than Alabama because at Alabama, they always had something to do. There was always time being filled. Saban was prepping him for the NFL. That way, when he got to the NFL, it was easy. It was night and day. And to me, That's what Belichick is trying to build here. Belichick is trying to establish a culture to where these NFL guys, not even NFL, these college kids, when they step into an NFL locker room, they can take command, they can be a leader, they can be a sponge, but also be able to speak up and establish a culture at the NFL, which could, for better, when you think about it, if Belichick is teaching quarterbacks, linemen, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, receivers, running backs, linebackers, safeties, kickers, punters, everybody, and even all the bench players. If he's teaching them how to conduct themselves at this high echelon of a level, and then all those players go and get drafted and go into the league and carry that with them, now Belichick's presence is being touched by every NFL team. You have this inkling and this foundation being laid for every NFL team. And I know a lot of us feel as though the NFL's product probably has lost a little lackluster. It's become a little lackluster for more or less. But if Belichick's able to touch every team and able to establish a foundation, have players establish this type of foundation with every team, that does nothing but bode well for the NFL as a whole. So I think this could be a beautiful thing when it's all said and done. I think this could be a marvelous aspect. And granted, Belichick's way has always been, I always thought it was real bland. It didn't seem like it may be a fun system, but it was a successful system. It was a successful system. I can't deny that. It was essentially the San Antonio Spurs of the NBA, of the NFL. If I had to make an equivalent, that's what I'd say. Bill Belichick's Patriots were the San Antonio Spurs of the NFL. Methodical, somewhat boring, but they were always consistently in championship contention. Night in, night out, year in, year out. They were always a threat to win the championship with their franchise player at the helm. And over the years, they added other great franchise players. They lost great franchise players, but were always in competition to win. And that's what Bill wants to establish here. And not only is his touch going to trickle over to the college level, to the NFL level, but it'll also remain at the college level because he's building it here at UNC. And UNC is essentially going to become that place where it's like, hey, no, if you go into UNC, you're going for a reason. It ain't no, oh, I just want to go and then I'll transfer after 1 year. Bill's not trying to establish that culture. He's trying to bring about the, hey, you're coming here for 3-4 year commitment to be a better player and to be NFL ready. English is hard today. But that's what I think Bill is doing. Oh,
It probably look no better, but we'll figure it out.
welcome back.
Indeed.
I don't know if you heard any of my spiel.
Well, I saw that you were basically trying to build. I heard you were talking about like Bill's basically trying to bring the Patriot way to North Carolina.
Yeah. And it was essentially just, when I look at it, and as you'll see, like the quote that's in there, it's like Bill bringing the Patriot way kind of in the long run helps everybody. Because one thing I thought about is like, all right, if you have Bill Belichick, have built this foundation, these guys, like teaches all of them from the top to the bottom, they all buy in to how to watch film, how to conduct yourself in the media, how to, like, all the proper techniques that you need to do at your position, so on and so forth. And then these players get drafted and carry that with them and don't let themselves obviously get corrupted by whatever toxic environment they're in. Now you're having Bill Belichick's foundation with every team, because we both know every team wanted Belichick as a head coach. If Belichick had ever left New England in his prime, every team and their mama would have been scrambling to try and get him.
I mean, that's true.
So now I think this may be the reason why Belichick is another reason why Belichick is trying to coach now at the college level, because he doesn't like the way the NFL game is going. So he wants to help reestablish that foundation and that culture and it be all across the NFL and not just a few select teams. Because you and I think we can both agree the few select teams that are constantly in championship conditions are the ones that have that kind of culture, or at least established culture.
And tell you the truth, there's been a lot of talk about team culture, especially on the professional level, a lot lately. Because being an Atlanta fan, you hear that a lot. Because people are saying one of the biggest issues that they have had over the last several years, that's why they continue to be this 7-9 team that they are every year, is because Atlanta lost the culture. They couldn't find the culture again back in Atlanta. So it's hard for them to really breed a certain kind of player or a certain kind of team when you don't have a focus. And people were really big on Raheem Morris lately because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring a particular culture back to Atlanta. And even last season you kind of saw a bit of the difference. But then, near the end, it went back to that same old they've been having to deal with for the last several years. And nobody would like seeing it. And the same thing with North Carolina. Like North Carolina had a pretty.
You cut out. You went mute. Yo, technical. Hey, your technology is on your neck today, boy.
Well, that I'll leave it alone because I knocked the cable and so that I'm not blaming that. But yeah, definitely my other stuff ain't want to deal with me today.
Hey, it is on your neck today, boy.
It really is. But like North Carolina had a decent culture with Mac Brown coming into it, but you can kind of tell like after a while, whatever culture that was trying to get bred was starting to run its course a bit. So Bill coming in trying to build an NFL type culture in college, boy, I agree will help translate a lot better going from the college level to the NFL level, because you got guys who are already mentally prepared for that level of competition and that level of work, because that's what you're establishing now. You're establishing that, yeah, in some situations, and we even talk about playing time and stuff like that. In some situations, yeah, you'll have that guy that the organization will bring in that for sure is going to play over you. It's just going to happen. But if you get taught that everything that you do from this point on is legitimately earned, because even in the NFL, to get on the field, you have to prove that you deserve to be there. Unless you're, like I say, like a number one draft pick. But that also doesn't mean that number one draft pick, if they're terrible, it's still going to be there after this season.
Just saw it. Anthony Richardson lost his starting spot to Danny Jones.
I said to Daniel Jones. So it's like but then again, you got to look at it. His agent is ticked off about it, but Anthony's like, I get it.
He's like, it happens.
Like you weren't impressive. It's like you got beat. It is what it is. So even now, what Billy's been saying is not us picking them, is them earning the spot. So even with this competition between Max and Gio right now, sure, people would think that Max had the leg up because Max was there last year. But when it comes down to a whole new coaching regime, you don't have advantages anymore. It's just, okay, who's going to prove to me that you deserve this spot?
And it's funny that you say Max and Gio, because that actually segues right into our next subject, truth be told, because the question that's been posed for a lot of people, and I didn't even have the Patriot way up the whole time. That's crazy. But anywho, I went on a whole diatribe. They didn't even put up the banner. But ESPN article was talking about Max, right? And it was Journey. I read it. I won't say I read all through. I will say I focused on one specific part. But the earlier part was focused. It encompassed his arrival at UNC, his playing, but then obviously when he suffered his leg injury last year, the rehab he went through, and then him coming back and having to deal with like the transfers and things like that coming in. And I was really focused on that because that's to me is the major point here. He was the starting quarterback. He's the guy coming into he's the guy that's been here. He's the vet. You had the other vet that left for Purdue. So you're thinking, yeah, they got Bryce Baker coming in and they got Gio coming in, but yo, it should be Max's job to lose, right? Especially if you want just some kind of continuity for Belichick going into the season. You might want something simple, something continuity. And the first thing I do like the fact is Max, as he was going through rehab, and his rehab earlier this year was going slower than he anticipated. And UNC made the decision to bring Gio in. Here's what he had to say. He's like, I get it. You have to go in the portal. I didn't know if I was going to be ready. They didn't know. They asked me those questions. I'm telling them I'm going to be ready because I know myself. But it's tough from their point of view because it's like, okay, we've got to make a business decision. And I personally like that from Max because, yeah, it's easy. It's easy as a player to get into your ego when you know, like, oh, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be good. Trust me. But when the rehab is going slower than you want it and you're not healing as fast, like it's easy to get in there and try to force something. And then you force yourself to come back quicker and then you're really injured. But for him to be like, nah, I understand they had to make a business decision because if I'm not ready to rock, what's best for the team? Like what's the best thing like that can we do?
And that's a veteran decision that you make there, because we saw a perfect example of that last year. Once again, bringing Atlanta as an example with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins knew after that Saints game he was hurt. Everybody could see it. He knew it. He also knew that his ankle wasn't 100%. So on top of that, you're out here trying to force something to work, and you're making yourself look worse because it's not working.
I don't know as much with Kirk. I get it at the end of the season, but considering how ticked off he was at the beginning because Atlanta drafted Penix, I don't think he was. I think that was more so he had no choice. He had no choice because of how hurt he was. Because the way how salty he was with Penix, because you even told me that he was super salty about Penix getting drafted.
He was upset that he got drafted, and I'm like, and they didn't tell him they were going to draft him,
and
until
so
the moment before they did it.
And so I would say to me a slightly better comparison would be Bryce Young and Andy Dalton's situation last year, because Bryce was the starter. Bryce was not playing well. Like I cannot defend how he played. He got benched, and all he could do was just be like, you know what? I'm not playing well. It sucks, but I'm not playing well, and I can't do what I do. And so then, as Bryce learned, watched from Andy, and when Andy got hurt in that car accident, and Carolina had to go back to Bryce took over and balled out. And you know what Andy did as a vet too? Andy said, nah, he doing his thing now. Bryce is coming to his own. Don't put me back in the game unless we really need to. Let us ride it out.
Well, that's a better example of a good way to handle that kind of situation. The reason why I bring up Kirk in this situation is even Kirk admitted going into this spring that no, he handled all of that from week 6 on. That six game losing streak, he handled that wrong. He even admitted he handled that wrong. He's like, okay, maybe if I just went ahead and admitted, okay, I'm hurt right now. It's like, you had to make the choice of, okay, but like, there's a chance that if I come out now, I'm never getting back in, which that's the risk you take. But at the end of the day, when yes, you were upset they drafted Penix, I understand that. But with them drafting Penix, they already told you the plan was he wasn't supposed to start until at least 2 years into your contract. or even was even supposed to be the risk of starting until 2 years into your contract because they were confident that you were good.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you're out here clearly making mistakes or and clearly showing that you don't have the arm right now, and instead of being the vet that you know you are and saying, you know what, I'm more of a detriment to the team right now than a help, you kept pushing it and pushing it, and then by the time the switch got made, you're having to battle the last 3 games of the season for a playoff spot. When if you probably would have stepped out 3 games sooner, the team might have been in a different situation, and you still might have had your starting spot because you just being hurt for 3 games or 2 or 3 games could have been a major difference, but you pushed it. It made the situation worse. So you weren't exactly so in times of it, you weren't exactly thinking of it on a sense of what's better for the team. It's more or less what's better for me. Like,
that makes sense.
is this going to be better for me to sit this out, or okay, the team could possibly be in a playoff spot. Let me sit this out, recover real quick, and then when I'm good to go, we can finish this season out strong.
Yeah. And so
I feel like if he would have set 2 games out and legitimately let his arm heal back up, they might have been in a better situation come into the season. But
yeah. And speaking of healing, when we come back to Max, as we come back to Max, afterwards, Max's leg did end up fully healing, like right after spring camp. He was able to complete all his summer workouts, like with the team and everything, no issues. And he was ready to rock for fall camp. And he was told he would be given a fair shot at the starting job. So Belichick comes out and he says, it's not us picking them. It'll be that player earning it. Then we'll decide on that. If it's clear cut, then the player will be the player. If it's not clear cut, maybe the competition will continue into the early part of the season. So he's not ruling out that whoever's week 1 starter is week 2 starter. He's not ruling that out. He's like, yo,
and that's how I felt it was going to go anyway. Was okay. I think we talked about it a few weeks ago. Okay, let's say Max isn't ready come week 1. Okay, put Gio in, or if Max is ready, still have them both play in this game. So see who's more ready for the situation, depending on how the game looks. Let's say you start Gio to start the game off. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's struggling. You know Max is ready. Go ahead, throw Max in. Let him go in. Let him rock. If he's looking good, then you know for sure you can keep him in for next week.
I see why you do it that way mid-game. I will say I thought it was going to be 3 games. I kind of like how we do with anime episodes, like when we used to do random. I felt like it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a 3-game set. Like, all right, first 3 games, whoever was the starter for week 1 had till week 3. If you weren't looking good by week 3, week 4 they were going to make that change, just to salvage the season.
Which I can see how that would go too. I would even think there's a possibility of you start. Let's say they choose Max to start week 1 against TCU. You have Max start week 1, Gio start week 2, and then Max start week 3. Or you split the game week 3 depending on who the opponent is for week 3.
So you say give each of them a whole game and then split them for the final game?
Something like that, or either just have them split all 3 games just to see what you got.
All right, Gio, you get off. He's like, all right, first game, Gio, you get all first half reps. Second game, he's like, Matt, you get second half reps. Next game, Gio, you get second half reps. Max, you get first half reps. Third game, situationally.
Now, there was one guy I saw that just said, just go ahead and start Gio Lopez. I'm mad I can't find it.
I'm not against that. I'm not against starting Gio.
Belichick should just go ahead and just name Gio as the starting quarterback because they're saying that he's basically just being treated like the starter.
I'm not against Gio starting. I just think it's one of those situations, unless it's clear cut, kind of like how Bill said, unless it's clear cut that Geo's that much better than Max, I gotta think Max has earned some amount of pushback to say, hey, I deserve at least a true shot game reps, like game time, game
Oh yeah,
speed reps.
I believe he has at least deserved that much. And to be honest, like I said, based off of however they're repping him out in practice, I still think you should start. I believe it'd be better to start Max off week 1.
You told me Gio was gonna start
Or
week 1. I was on the Max
I
train.
believe Gio's going to start week 1.
Mm.
I think it's makes a little bit more sense when it comes down to veteran presence wise that Max should get the start. I'm still in the wheelhouse that Gio's getting start week 1.
They're gonna shock the world. Bryce Baker. They're gonna shock all of us. Bryce Baker.
I mean, hey, if it's Bryce, let it be Bryce.
Hey, what else even crazier? I would have been like, dang, I definitely said Bryce like the other day. I definitely said Bryce at the beginning of the podcast when we first hopped back in April.
Yeah.
And then also Max has been listed on the comeback player of the year watch list, which I would hope he was. I honestly would hope he was. But my question, I guess, to you, when it's all said and done, do you think Max bounces back? Or do you think this is going to be kind of like in Love and Basketball when Monica took old girl's starting spot because she got injured? Or when she got injured.
I mean, I think Max has already bounced back. If they already know his legs healed up and he's been able to complete all the workouts since the summer, I think that he's at least bounced back from that part of the injury. I think what's probably going to happen is if they decide to start Gio week 1, I think what's going to happen is they're probably going to ride with Gio until it shows that either the competition level he just wasn't exactly ready for just yet coming out of South Alabama. So they go back to Max because Max was, once again, he was previously an SEC quarterback where competition was high. And going to the ACC where he still showed that, okay, up until he got hurt, he could definitely run an offense and definitely get you down the field and make some production. Then Max is going to get all the burn he's going to get. And I'm pretty sure he's going to get the reins and probably never let it go.
More than likely. I think if Max gets it back, Gio and Bryce are just going to end up being behind him. Especially because it's his last year. Max is going to make sure he goes out on a high.
Oh, yeah, because the only thing that's going to keep Max from, like I said, if he gets the starting job, the only thing that's going to keep Max from keeping the starting job would be the level of confidence in himself after getting hurt, the way that he got hurt. Like the show, like a bit of hesitance.
That first game when he comes back, I'm going to be watching because I do think he's going to play within the first 3 weeks. I think he's going to make an appearance and play the first 3 weeks.
I wouldn't even doubt him. I wouldn't even doubt he makes an appearance in week 1.
Yeah, and the thing I'm going to watch the first couple drives is his pocket awareness and how jittery he looks ready to like take off from his blind side. Because if he's
getting happy feet and starts rushing and starts getting out of sorts, that's going to hurt him.
Because he's going to be afraid of some D lineman somewhere crashing down on him and him potentially suffering. Like let's be real. Anybody, any of us, you, me, any athlete, and you're playing that position, that's going to be what you're thinking about. I'll admit, when I played QB in high school, I had a play where a dude hit me low on my knee, kind of like how Brady got hit that year Castle replaced him. Luckily, it did not like tear my ACL or anything of that nature. I was blessed, but I did hear my knee pop. I heard it pop. I was scared. Luckily, nothing. I could continue to play. But the rest of that game, I was absolutely more adamant and aware of if I saw a lineman crashing near my feet and like trying to avoid that.
Oh yeah, you're more worried. Like you're worried about that happening twice. Like I said, nobody wants to get hurt like that more than once. And then so you're worried and you want to protect yourself and make sure you don't get hurt like that again. So you get a little jittery, you get a little more hyper focused especially if you break a leg. You're like, yeah, no, I'm hyper
Yeah.
focused on making sure I don't break this thing again.
So I think if he gets a few like drives where he can just step into the pocket and settle in and get back to doing what he does, he'll be fine.
Oh yeah, then he ain't going nowhere.
Mm-mm. And then, and speaking of going anywhere, man. So, bro, you know we might have a home field advantage.
NANI?
I mean, I would hope we do.
Nah, so let me break it down. Let me break it down. So I saw a list, and it was talking about how UNC may have a home field advantage based off the opposing quarterbacks we face at home this year. And looking at the list this year, obviously TCU we place against, and these are projected quarterbacks, projected starting quarterbacks. TCU we play against Josh Hoover. Richmond we play against Kyle Wickersham. Obviously Cade Klubnik with Clemson. Chandler Morris with Virginia. Ben Goldbrinson versus Stanford, and Darian Mensah from Duke. And when I look at this list, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. Only two quarterbacks put fear in my heart in this list.
Like I said, the only two on there that you really, really have to worry about is Cade Klubnik and Darian Mensah.
Like to me, the rest of them, I'm like, that should be 4-0. No, 4-0, like UNC and 4 shouldn't be a problem because I don't see why our defense shouldn't dominate that.
Like I would be a little weary of Josh Hoover, but outside of that, like nobody on this list is making me go like, oh, besides Caden and Mensah.
If I'm being honest, I'm not even weary for Josh Hoover. I'm weary for TCU's defense. That's what I'm more afraid of. Like it ain't Josh Hoover that's putting fear in my heart. It's that TCU defense. Like I think TCU can have a solid defense, and that's really what's gonna keep her in the game. I've heard Kyle Wickersham before. I can't remember what school I've heard his name, but I have heard of Kyle Wickersham before. And I've heard his name because I've heard that exact last name with like hold up. Now
like the only time I've heard anything close to Wickersham was from this like old YouTube animation where this little space elf by the name of Winkersham.
Wow.
Like that's the only time I've heard anything close.
Really?
It is. Like I don't know who this man is.
Like I promise I've heard this dude's name before, and I'm mad because I'm like I know I've heard this guy. I've heard of this guy.
Kyle Wickersham.
I've heard this name before, bro. But
yeah, nope, I have no idea who this man is.
Let's see. Maybe I heard it. Let's see. Senior.
I mean, he didn't do so hot last year though. 57% completion percentage, 335 yards and a touchdown. On 34 out of 59 attempts.
That's why I've heard. That's why I've heard of this man.
Oh,
so Kyle Wickersham just last year.
No, he only played 3 games.
So, and guess what he did in one of those games?
Oh, he shut out your old
That man went 34 59 in a TD against my alma mater.
No, he didn't. He went 10 to 12 for 128 and a TD.
I'm looking from Richmond. I'm looking From what I'm looking at, Richmond got it on their own website. They say he went 34-59 passer with 1 TD thrown during a win over Charleston Southern on September 14th. On September 14th of 2024.
Oh yeah, no, he went 34 for 59 for the season.
Oh, they just messed it up.
Yeah, because I'm looking at ESPN's logs right now. Because ESPN got it, he only logged 3 games.
Yeah.
He went 34-59 in 3 games, 335 on a 57% completion percentage, 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions. With his longest pass being 39 yards.
And we still
threw 3
lost.
interceptions.
Ah.
He threw 3 interceptions to Wofford the week before.
And we still lost? Right.
He went 11 of 25 for 97 yards. And then the week before against Virginia, he went 13 of 22 for 110.
That's why I don't say that's my alma mater. I just say I went to school there.
Yeah, I just went there.
I just graduated from there. Alma mater. I feel like that word is for like a more like you're proud. I feel like that's what that's for. You say alma mater when you're proud of the school you went to. I just say I graduated college.
So where was he the season before? Because the season before he went 136 for 189 for 1,400 yards, 72% completion percentage, 10 and 4, touchdown to interception ratio with a long of 71. Had 111 carries for 401 yards and 4 touchdowns. So where was he last year?
This past year he was at Richmond.
Well, I mean 23.
Richmond?
Okay, I guess he just got benched then, I guess.
Yeah, he was a redshirt 23. Let's see, redshirt sophomore, saw action in 10 games, threw 188 passes for 100 completions, totaling 1,396. He led the FCS in completion percentage.
And then lost in the second round at Albany.
He was voted Capital Cup MVP. Wow. Like I said, I've heard his name before. I've heard of Kyle Wickersham.
Yeah, no, this first time I heard of him.
You gotta up your game, man.
Do I though?
Yes, you do.
Do I have to know about an FCS opponent?
Yes, you do.
I don't think I do.
I think you do.
I don't think I have to know about money games.
Why would you not respect the FCS? That's where Gio's coming from.
That doesn't sound right. South Alabama's an FBS school.
No. They used to be FCS.
They used to be, but they're not now.
They used to be. Yeah.
The reason why I remember that because South Alabama's at least been in an NCAA game and you know they hardly ever have any FCS schools in there outside of like the little random ones you play.
FCS Southwest, FCS Mid North.
I know South Alabama's been in there for a minute, so I'm like, no, they've been in FBS school for a little minute.
Only reason he knows about the FCS schools is because he always struggles with them for some random reason.
That ain't true.
Okay, a third of the time.
That's a real high percentage still.
It's not half. It's not half.
It's a real high percentage. Now, the reason why I say I'd be wary of Josh Huber, just the reason why I say be wary about it. Because last season he went 313 for 471, 66% completion percentage for just under 4,000 yards last year. 27 and 11 interception to touchdown ratio with a quarterback rating of 151.
I don't fear no man whose name is a vacuum. Hey, that's a new. Can I put that on the next shirt? I'm gonna put that on the next shirt. I fear no man whose name is a vacuum. Hilarious.
I mean, he ended up leading TCU to a 9-4 record.
Like I said, I fear TCU. I fear TCU now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let's see here. Now his worst games. His worst game was against Cincinnati. The Bearcats.
Ha!
Yep, he went 51%. He threw for 51%. But he did throw it. He went 18 for 35, 212, and an interception.
Frank said, "You gonna earn this because I'm a burr."
I'm a bar. Now he tore UCF apart.
What, Central Florida?
35 of 52 for 402 yards, 67% completion percentage, and 4 touchdowns.
I ain't gonna front. Anytime I hear a quarterback go like 30 of something or like 35, when I hear him have like 30 completions, especially if they have like over 350, 375 passing yards in college, I'm like, all right, I expect you to have at least 5 TDs. And if they don't, I feel like you wasted a great passing performance.
Let's see.
I feel like you wasted a great passing performance. That's just me.
And the crazy thing is, they still lost that game.
God, no. See? Like, hold up.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
They lost that game, but they lost that game by a point. It was 35-34.
You know what?
Oh,
I gotta redo it.
brother, this guy stinks!
Because at first I was about to say, like, okay, maybe they had a decent rushing attack. Nah, rushing attack was non-existent.
Non-existent.
They had a total of 17 carries for 58 yards.
So you said they lost 35-34?
35-34.
So I can't even say the defense had a bad day because that's what I would have like. I'm anticipating my offense if they passing like that. All right, they got at least 45.
Let's see here, because UCF went 11 of 16 from third downs, 519 total yards, 230 through the air, and 289 on the ground.
You said UCF had 500 yards?
Yep. TCU gave up 519 yards.
Hold up. TCU gave up 519 yards. And what was TCU on third down?
10 of 15.
And
so
UCF was 11.
Both defenses couldn't stop them to save their life on third down.
Y'all defenses just didn't show up that day.
Let's see here. Other problem is TCU also gave up 10.5 yards per pass on 22 attempts and 5.4 yards a carry on 54 attempts.
Oof. Yeah,
now that's the other thing. Like UCF was definitely a ball control and time wasting kind of team because they ran 54 times compared to TCU 17 times.
Duh. You want to win that game? Hey, I'm controlling the entire pace.
Oh yeah, no, like UCF time of possession was 32 minutes 54 seconds compared to TCU's 27.
That's not a huge difference. That's 5 minutes.
That 5 minutes can make a huge difference.
That 5 minutes makes a huge difference, but over the course of a game,
it's almost 6 minutes.
Over the course of a game, that's a minute and a half per quarter.
Mm-hmm. And that's a minute and a half less TCU had to respond. Because UCF also had 30 first downs compared to TCU's 26. Neither had a turnover.
Mm. Hey, shout out to them neither having a turnover. So yeah, that lets me know the defense didn't show up.
Yeah, because I said like TCU's total rushing yards were 58 yards.
Mm.
So like I said, 58 yards on 16 attempts, but you also threw the ball for 53 times, averaging 7.6 yards a reception. So like overall, what's clearly going to show you, and TCU might have adjusted, but overall, TCU's going to air it out a lot.
Air it out. And I got hot stuff airing it now.
Who is that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Like I just never seen LIU before. It was Long Island University. But yeah, so outside of Long Island University, outside of Long Island, The second lowest passing game that he had was against Arizona, where he only threw 26 times. So Long Island, he threw 25. And
what happened in the Long Island? Was it in December? In Long Island?
No, it was the second game of the season in September. At home, it was he went 20 for 25 for 267 and 2 touchdowns.
Was it a blowout win?
Yes, it was.
Okay, there it is. He got sat down early.
45-0.
Okay, he got sat down early. I was like, wait. I was like, second game of the year, he threw for 25 times. Had to be a blowout, like where he got sat down early.
Like I said, outside of that game, the only game he threw less than 30 times was against Arizona, where he threw 26 times.
All right, cool.
And that was a 49-28 win. So he was 19 for 26 for 252, 73%, and 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Word.
But he was also sacked 3 times.
Oof. Speaking of passers, you said I saw you put in something about one passer that's coming to UNC.
Yeah, so Travis showed out in his high school debut this past Friday.
His debut, or what, like the start of his season, his senior year?
Yeah, like basically the season opener.
Yeah,
like they call it a debut in the article, but basically he showed out. Kid had it was a 51-3 win over Sewanee High School.
Ooh.
Man had 3 passing touchdowns, 1 for 23 yards, another for 32, and the last for 74 yards. And 1 rushing touchdown for 41 yards out of the 96 total rushing yards he had that game.
Good job, Tyler.
So we're going to be talking about quarterback competitions over the next couple of seasons. That's going to be one between him and Bryce for sure.
Gio going to have to keep both of them at bay though too.
Gio's going to have to fight both of them off.
No, y'all stay down.
You have to beat them with a stick.
I mean,
I'm getting me mallet.
I'm glad on him for showing out at the start of the season. Hopefully, he has a great year again.
Oh, yeah. People actually, everybody's excited to see him. Like he's been in headlines. He's been getting headlines a lot, and he's probably gonna get more come season, starting to get through like in the length of it. When he starts getting to the nitty gritty of the season, they're probably gonna have more of them.
Listen, if he turns into ESPN's number 1 like quarterback, Bill's gonna look like a flipping gem, like an oracle.
Oh yeah, because you saw one of the big reasons why they recruited Sadler was because he's just an athlete. So like with him being the number 1 player coming out of Michigan, they want to be able to make him versatile and use him all over the place if possible.
Oh, listen, when we get to Sadler, I got some things to tell you, boy, that I found. I got some things to tell you. But
what you found?
But man, listen, we don't get there. Side note,
pay attention to that.
What, at the very, very bottom?
Yeah, I didn't pay any attention to that. I just brought it up because I saw it earlier.
But side note, so some bowl game predictions have already come out, right?
Oh Lord.
Some bowl game predictions have already come out, and y'all, Carolina actually got selected for potentially 2 bowl games.
Nani?
Crazy enough. So these folks over at ESPN, the good old peoples that we somewhat trust, somewhat don't trust, because sometimes their word is not law, said North Carolina, because this list was done by 2 individuals, Kyle Bonagura and Mike Schlabach. So looking up for North Carolina, there are 2 poll. Oh wow!
So they got us. So the first one is the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
Give me the Gasparilla, the sarsaparilla, the Gasparilla.
Yeah, I want the Gasparilla, sir. That will kill you. Did I ask questions?
Did I ask questions?
Did I ask you what it was gonna do? I told you I want a Gasparilla. And they said they're set up against Vandy.
I ain't gonna lie. That would actually be a good game.
You think so?
Vandy. Yeah, honestly, I do, because I genuinely feel like Vandy slept on low-key. Vandy's had the potential the last few years, but they always drop the ball when it comes down to it, like late in the season.
Vandy's underappreciated mainly because they're buried beneath the rest of the SEC.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they have the potential. In the last few years, they've started the seasons great and then lost like interconference SEC games that they shouldn't have lost. Is this a confused father look like that we're seeing here?
Yes,
Why? You think he's up?
pretty sure he is, but we'll see in a second. We'll see if
what
his
it-
mama come out here or not.
What are you gonna do? Crawl out the crib, kick the door open?
Yes,
Wait, he could crawl out fully on his own?
yeah.
Oh God.
I've been told you he's been able to do that.
Nah, like I've seen him like stand up, but I ain't seen him like crawl out the one in his room and just
Oh yeah,
fully
nah, like he can full on climb out of it. He can't climb back into it, but he can climb out of it no problem.
Yeah, I ain't seen him do that.
Let's see here. And then the other one is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl against Illinois.
I ain't gonna front. When I first read that, I thought it was about to be a Diddy like a Diddy sponsored bowl. And I was like, please, dude. I was like, yo, sponsorship, please redo this.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
And while we have that, yo, we're going to take a break. And here's a word from our sponsor.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
So that was a word from our sponsors. Make sure y'all do what y'all got to do there. And honestly, I thought my co-host, he's out here having to be a great father and whatnot. And that actually worked out perfectly timed. I'm pretty sure you heard it through your headphones.
No, I heard you talking smack. Yeah.
What? I didn't talk bad about you at all.
I got to be a good father. Like you try to say it like you slandering me or something.
I'm not. You are a good dad. What? I have told you that. Like one thing I can say about our group, our friend group, ain't nobody in our friend group a bad father.
Luckily enough.
Yeah, ain't no like other aspects of our friend group, they can be questioned, but bad father, nah, none of them.
But I think he had like his pacifier caught up under him, and he just couldn't get it back, and he's put himself back to sleep now. Or at least he laid back down. So he should be fine.
Where's the pacifier?
That was really good.
No.
That was really it. He's like, why? Okay.
Oh.
Man, he was hollering. But either way.
But
now I think the better. The better matchup's probably going to be against Vandy.
I told you, because that Illinois game ain't. Think about it. One, we're playing Illinois. Two, you're playing at Yankee Stadium in the winter. I'm not trying to do that. If I can avoid it, I'll be real with you. If I was in a position to where my team if we lose a game, If we win the game, we're going to the Pinstripe Bowl. If we lose, we're going to a different, even lesser bowl. But it's in a warmer place. I would purposely lose that game. I just
purposely lose.
I just might have a listen, bro. I'm not trying to go to New York in the winter and play at Yankee Stadium, bro. We just might have to lose this game, fellas. I might just make a question as a head coach. I might just make a questionable play call. You're gonna be looking at me as the DC. Hey, we're on our own 3-yard line. We're about to win the game. What play do you want to call? Punt. What? There's 2 seconds left.
And
we're gonna punt. We can win the game. We're gonna punt. We're gonna punt.
Gotta get rid of it. Can't keep it.
Gotta get rid of it, bro. Kick it through the upright. So field goal, no, punt it. I ever tell you I tried that in a Madden game once when I was 5?
Oh, did you?
I punted through the. I was playing my uncle, and I punted through the upright, thinking it counted the same as a field goal. Because I was like, well, I'm kicking it through the upright. This is just a different kick. So it should count as 3 points. So I punted it, made it from like 50, made it from 68, and I thought I had 3 points. That joint said turnover on downs. Ball at the 40. I was mad. I was like, what you mean ball at the 48? Wait, what's going on? Mom was like, you punted me the ball. I was like, I punted it through the upright. That's 3 points. I learned a valuable lesson at 5. Punting through the upright doesn't mean anything.
I said I learned that day.
I did. I did. I learned.
Let's see, but no, I think the Vandy game would be more benefit. I guess it would be more tilted in our favor, I would think, as compared to Illinois, outside of the fact that it's in Yankee Stadium during the winter.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I would still, even if they do get the Pinstripe Bowl, I would honestly hope for a snow game.
Now, listen, I want a snow game. I don't want to play at Yankee Stadium in December. New York in December is different, bro. Like if you were to tell me I was playing, I'll be honest. If you were to tell me I was playing at Penn State in December over New York, over at Yankee Stadium, like if I was playing Philly, say they were holding it at the Philly Stadium, right? I'd be cool with it. They're playing at the Rocky Stadium. I'd be cool with it.
So they told you you was playing in Fenway.
I ain't gonna lie, I might not be cool with that.
No,
the reason being is because like northeast cold is just different, especially off like both of those are near like huge bodies of water. I want inland snow games. I want inland. I don't want to be off the coast. I don't want to be off the coast and playing in a snow game, bro.
I don't want to catch that breeze.
I don't. If I'm playing in a snow game, make it inland snow, bro. Do not put me off on the coast near a huge body of water, too.
That's fair, I guess. I guess I'll let you have that. That's fair.
Plus, that's what it was for me in Alaska. Like my town was inland. I wasn't in Anchorage down on the coast. I was inland, smack dab in the middle of the state.
Because I was about to look at you. I'm like, and this is coming from the individual that be bragging how he's from Alaska.
Yeah, inland Alaska, in the middle of the state. Hey, no water. No, listen.
So you'd rather catch the mountain breeze,
yes,
than the ocean breeze.
Any day, bro. Like bro. Listen, you don't understand that breeze. Listen, -40 and off the coast near water. It ain't what you think. I don't know what scientist told the lie that said, "Oh, it's warmer when you're by water." No, it's not. That is a lie.
I don't know anybody that has said that.
No, that is no, bro. They have statistically said like, oh, scientifically they have said that it is supposed to be warmer by water, by the edge of water in the wintertime than it is inland. I'm like, how, Sway? Because even in Charleston, they used to say that. They're like, oh, being by the coast. I'm like, bro, no, it's not. It's way warmer if I go inland to Columbia than it is down here in the low country. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Now, Columbia makes sense because all that heat settles in Columbia.
Even 30
That's
miles
why we
away
call
or something.
Orangeburg. That's why we call Orangeburg the devil's armpit, because that humidity is different. Ain't no way.
I mean, considering how we were at state this past year or whatever, yeah. Was it last year we went to state for homecoming?
Yeah, ain't no way.
Yeah, nah.
That humidity is built different.
That was hot. That was hot, sweaty, humid.
I remember waking up in the mornings when it started getting hot in Orangeburg, going out to class. First thing that hit me was a wall of wet. That's it. I get out, instant sweat. I'm like, this is some bullshit.
I'm like, bro, when I tell you, Charleston, that's how I felt in Charleston when August kicked around. Like, I hated waking up and going to class in like the first few weeks at CSU.
Man.
Bro, open the door, bam! Ah!
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Like, this is going to be a hot day.
Imagine that in Orangeburg from like March all the way up to like September.
Bruh.
Early October.
Charles had his problems with math. But speaking of which, so we got a new golf star coming down to the Tar Heels. And if I butcher your name, sir, please do not off me in the comment section or nothing like that. But Niall Shellis Donegan, that's how I'm pronouncing it. I apologize if there's probably a better pronunciation. I'll go look it up later.
I think the middle name is Shields.
Niall Shields Donegan has been selected to represent Great Britain and Ireland versus Team USA in the 50th Walker Cup. That will be on September 6th and 7th at Cypress Point Club, which is Pebble Beach in California. I know about that golf course. I played it a few times on Tiger Woods Golf 2004. Pebble Beach was listen, Pebble Beach was always a hard course, bro. I've played it. I've never heard
anybody call Pebble Beach easy.
Oh no. Pebble Beach was like the hardest course on the game, bro. You take one wrong slice, it's literally going off into the ocean.
Oh, yeah. Let's see here. And it said Donegan was born in Scotland and moved to Mill Valley, California at age 3. Played 2 seasons at Northwestern and is set to join UNC this fall.
And he is the 9th Tar Heel to play in the Walker Cup, but he is the first one to play against Team USA. All 8 other ones played for Team USA. He is the first one to go against us and play for the other side, which I think is kind of cool. Be the first to do something.
All's fair in competition and loss.
You just throwing that out there?
You can hear.
Right. You can hear easily.
Now, onward to the new commits. As we've brought him up before, CJ Sadler, 4-star athlete, 5'9", 185 pounds in the class of 2026 out of Detroit, Michigan. Number 1 player come out of Michigan, number 7 athlete nationally, and number 85 player nationally. We got us a top 100.
Hey, listen, funny enough, he was the last. God dang it. It is 10:15, y'all. I got to read.
You got to read.
Yeah, that's my alarm for like telling me to read my books.
Read a book.
Read a book. But he was actually the last player in the 2026 top 300 that hadn't committed yet. He was the last player who had
8th top 300 recruit.
Right.
Bro,
in this man's 2024 season, listen to this. Max Preps Player of the Year for the state of Michigan. Led his class to a 12-2, or led Cass Tech, his school, 12-2 record and the Division I state title. As a receiver, the man had 51 catches for 1,043 receiving yards, 14 touchdowns. Played running back, had 15 carries, 105 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He had direct snaps at quarterback where he had 180 pass yards and 4 TDs on 11 attempts. And as a DB, he had 55 tackles, 4 interceptions, 1 sack, 2 kick return TDs, and 1 punt return TD. And I'm going to tell you right now, CJ,
calm down.
No, because I need to talk to him. Corey Sattler Jr., yes, you, sir, I need you to go onto Huddle and make a huge compilation of this season because, man, you broke it down by each game, which I'm thankful you did that, but I wanted a compilation of everything, and so I had to go searching for you, and you're not under CJ Sattler, you're under Corey Sattler Jr., so I had to go research even more, and I couldn't find a full compilation of all his stuff. So the clips we're going to watch are from the championship game, the state championship game.
That's wild. Calm down, bro. Calm down.
Bro,
that's ridiculous numbers. I don't know how to feel about none of that.
Bro, listen. I looked at it. I said, bro, what didn't you do?
If anybody, I can say this, if anybody ever felt lazy before, them numbers will definitely remind you.
Bro, I'm saying.
Like, if anybody's ever look at these numbers and tell yourself, you don't.
So check this out. So
and he's got a good arm too. Good pocket presence.
I say downfield. He just said, "Yep, nope." Kickoff. Watch this, bro.
Not you lost contain.
Gone. That boy was gone.
Made it look easy on top of that.
Way too easy. And there's a reason why this boy is just an athlete. He
not the Russell Wilson escape.
Bro. This the type of school where they just give him the ball and say, do what you do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Turn a good play into a bad play. Bro, what in the world? I don't know if they can't tackle or he just that good. Oh, never mind. He just that good. Never mind. Great oh! Bad cameraman. Dot. Ooh. Yeah,
so
this boy can do it all.
I'm gonna let you know. I found him.
I mean, you probably found the same video I found earlier, but it ain't gonna be a whole season of highlights.
The Corey Sadler Jr. huddle highlights.
Yeah, I found them, but it's not a whole season. It's just each of his like games from each school. There's not like one that compiles all of them into one.
I say this is a 13-minute video.
Where? Let me see. I'm gonna be mad if this has just been hiding.
Now, they get in. It may be just the one game.
I know a couple of the ones I saw, it was just like one game.
This is season highlights. Oh yeah, no, this is multiple games.
Is it? All right. Well, let's
Yep.
watch that. I apologize, people. I did not look hard enough, so that is on me. We have more to watch of Corey Sadler Jr. Senior, Junior.
Cause I was like, there ain't no way that you're this good and you don't have a multi-game compilation.
I'm saying, bro, it was hard to. Good God Almighty, bro. All right. Well, there we go. Done. We don't need to watch no more. We're done. We're done.
Cooked. Ooh,
And he mossed you in the back of the end zone.
he's showing up on a late fade. Oh, he gone.
Bruh. All the QB had to do was launch it over the DB. That was literally it. Oh, that's a screen right there. And you know I hate screens. Oh, wow. Wow. All right. I wonder if that score was
Corner.
he's at the top. He's in phase. Oh, great coverage. Wait. That a pick? Yes, it is.
Yep. Like, yeah, he had him covered too. There wasn't nothing he could do about that.
Not at
Besides
all.
throw the ball away. Like, that's what he should have done. Ooh, good job.
Great
on getting
stop.
that.
Oh, he's on it. He's on it. Stay on him.
He's
Yep.
on him too.
Low-key holding, but hey, I like it. Uh-oh, you're gone. I saw the matchup.
Ooh.
And now he pointed at him.
Good break.
Reed. Oh. If he
Take
breaks
it.
if he breaks a second earlier and just fully
Oh, he to the house.
like I get why he didn't because he wanted to make sure. But wow. Now that
was a good route combo.
I ain't gonna front. I thought the same thing. I said, yo, that's a great like route combo. Like the coach drew that perfect. I'll give the coach credit on that.
That safety took off.
Uh-oh. And
That shouldn't even have worked. That shouldn't even have worked. That shouldn't even have worked. I'm mad at this.
Oh no. Oh no, don't get hot. Okay, I was gonna say don't get hot.
I think he got hawked on the one.
There's no way you make this. There's no way you make this. Not while you caught it running backwards. Okay, I was about to say.
I'll hit him with the.
Oh,
Okay.
that was a great crack. That was a great block.
I mean, dude ate it though.
But hey, it opened up the hole for his boy.
Nah, because Brody ate that hit. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
Good screen
Lord.
center. Good read.
Oh, now we at QB. Swoop. Nice and simple. And it turns into a touchdown for him.
I mean, if you got receivers that make it look easy like that, might as well.
Thanks. I'm not going to front. I didn't like the fact that he let him go by and without touching him.
So you just throw it away.
I mean, at least he got an incompletion. Oh, bro, they were down 17-0 in this game.
Or 17-7.
No, so when we saw that kick return from earlier from that game, that's what he put. That was the 7 he put up. So that was after he scored. Because it was 17-0. So it was 17-0 when he did that. And then when we just saw that, it was 17-7. So I was like, oh, they were down? Shocking. Oh. All right.
Disrespectful.
All right, sir.
Oh man, he caught him with that.
Not you bid on that. As a corner, I'm mad you bid on that.
You almost dropped it.
Because bro almost tipped it.
Oh, he in there. Yeah, I'm about to say that pile's moving too much. He in there. Is he gonna get him again?
You know. Now this is just angles. Oh, great stop.
It's a good comeback.
Oh.
That's a good play on both sides, really.
Great read by the QB.
Let him sit in the gap. Good job of settling that down, too. Because some guys would have kept running that.
He just said he just said bump the pass. I know y'all running. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, now he lost.
Turf monster. Turf monster.
Yeah, you would have had it. He'd have been gone. Good
Great read. Great read. Oh, great awareness. Oop. Oop. Not a flag, ref. Get out of here.
Terrible tackling. But to make it through all that, it's crazy.
Hey.
Good block downfield.
Yo, who cameraman is this?
This is when you use like the sweat towel to wipe the screen off.
Hey, it's just been dark and sunny. Oh.
He's been making great advantage of these quick little hitches.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the speed too.
Good job staying at home and reading it. Good block. Great block. Oh, wow. I didn't think he caught him with that stutter.
Hey, nobody did. Oh, yeah. Get out of here. Send him to the stands.
Quick juke to the left.
Whoop, whoop, and he's gone. I ain't gonna front. He didn't even have to do that stutter. He could have just beat bro on the other side.
Yeah, he could have kept going straight to
the other sideline. He would have beat him. Oh,
woohoo! A quick dead leg is killing him. Oh, it's a screen. Oh no! Good comeback. Had a way to come back to the ball. You don't see a lot of receivers do that anymore either.
Nope. Oh. Engage. I like the engage.
If it wasn't for the rest of that blocking breaking down, he was perfect on the outside there.
Throw it. Oh, and he got an arm. Okay, cool. That's what because all his other passes have been just like short.
Somebody's getting gadget plays.
Y'all. Great DB. Hey.
Good job of spotting it.
I don't know if he was in, but great. Get out there. Follow your blocks. Get out there. Yeah.
He said he was getting that first down.
Screen. Oh, no.
Yeah. Over pursued. He made him pay for it, too.
I'll say playing that far off, you might as well throw a hitch or a screen. Boom. Cut inside. Oh, his lineman low-key got in his way.
Because he's one of those guys you can clearly tell you can't let him catch these screens if he's open. If you're that far off, you can't let him do it.
Oh, if you're that far off at the line of scrimmage, they're calling the screen for him. What you need to do is just disguise that. Like, yeah, this is what we want to show you, but I'm like full send blitzing him. You know what I mean?
Good read.
Like if you're the corner in that situation and coach tells you to show 5 off, 5-7 off, that's just a show. Because I want you coming downhill full speed.
Because these short routes, he excels in getting yak yards on these short routes. Because that'd have been one of my emphasis. Like that would have been one of my points of emphasis during film session. Is like, he excels on short yardage.
But here's the thing: he excels over the top too.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely quick enough to beat you over the top. But a lot of his better plays come from them short, quick little hitches or those screens. Or his most detrimental plays have come from the screens or the short hitch.
All right. I want to end on a really nice highlight here soon, hopefully. Not that. All right, bro.
He caught it off your back.
Bro, what?
He had you boxed out.
And he throws a dime. Yep, that's a good one to end on.
Yep, corner got caught looking in the backfield.
All right, man. And with that being said, time to get into our Tar Heel birthdays of the week. And for this week, actually, we ain't got nobody because we said the one that was on the 17th for last week, right? For Leroy?
Yeah, Leroy.
Yep, Leroy we said for last week for ain't no birthdays this week. And so now it is time for our favorite segment. It is time for our Tar Heel takeaway of the week. I think it's your turn to start this week, my boy.
Huh? There we go. Tar Heel takeaway of the week. Eat balanced breakfasts, lunches, and dinners. Because if you eat too much grease, too much negative, too much fatty stuff, you're gonna be hurt for the whole week. Don't be like that. Get you some greens, get you some fiber in your life. Because last thing anybody wants to hear is you struggling for your life in that public toilet at that job that you hate. The first thing that's gonna happen.
Praying to Cthulhu.
Because the first thing that's gonna happen, you're gonna have that coworker that you didn't want to talk to coming and checking on you, making sure that you okay, because for some reason they don't understand boundaries. What you're gonna hear is them knocking on the stall door, asking, can they get you some water? That they got some pills at the desk if you want some. Might help out. Then they're gonna start giving you nutritional advice. Like, sometimes this happens when I don't eat enough fiber during the week. Have you drank water today? Basically all up in your business. So make sure, have a balanced diet, or at least more balanced than some people in the world. So remember, greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You just mad that you weren't expecting it. That's all that
was. I was just waiting for you to do it.
He wasn't expecting it.
Yes, I was. Because I thought you were going to do it like 2 minutes earlier.
But yeah, so make sure your beans, your greens, potatoes, tomatoes, breads, things of that nature. And if you're gluten-free, just make sure it says gluten-free on it. Get the rest of the stuff.
Lord. All right. All right, so my Tar Heel takeaway of the week, man. Truth be told, bro, I need y'all to stop panicking so much. Primarily football fans. Who are arguing over preseason stuff that the season hasn't even happened. I'm talking about the sports fan who immediately wants to chalk the season up as done before anything's even official. Calm down. Chill out. Stop being a negative Nancy, a negative Nathan, a dreadful Debbie, a dreadful Derek. Bro, you're just sucking the energy out the room because you want to be right and you want to be ahead of the curve and be like, I told you so. Shut up, because then when you're wrong, you don't want to be the person to come and admit I was wrong. You want to sit there and be like, well, I was just being proactive because we've been bad. No, take your L when you're wrong and the team does better than you anticipated. So shut up, bro. Stop sitting there automatically wishing the worst upon people, because guess what? When you wish the worst things to happen, when you speak the worst things into existence, guess what happens? They happen in existence. Your life, your reality is what you speak into it. So if you want to speak negativity and then negativity happens, don't be surprised. Yeah, negative stuff can happen all the time, but I'm not looking for it. I'm not going to sit there and speak it into it. Everything else in the world is already going to try and be against me. Why would I be against me? Why would I join in to wish the negative downfall on me and my dreams and my aspirations? So shut up and be positive in your life. Jesus Christ. Like, go get a churro or something, man. Hey.
Not a churro.
It's annoying, bro.
That
all right.
Said the churro.
Wrap us up and get us out of here, my boy.
All right, y'all. That's it for this week. Remember, join us here every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Pacific time, where, we continue to talk about North Carolina Live. Appreciate y'all for coming out here. Stay safe on your way back home if you're traveling from work and all that. Or have a safe night. We'll see y'all next week. Peace. Watch this.